to Insurance 101 with RMB. My name is Brandon Cochran. I would like to share a real life story that happened just this past week here at the funeral home that I work at. I met with a gentleman who had just lost the love of his life. He lost his best friend. Him and his wife were married over 50 years. He was sitting across the table from me, and he just kept shaking his head in disbelief, saying, "Brandon, I cannot believe that I am here today having to talk to you about my wife's arrangements." He says, I cannot believe it. This was unexpected. He said, it should be my wife here. He says, I shouldn't be here. He goes, I wished it was me that was gone, not her. Listening to this gentleman just pour his heart out to me about how upset, how heartbroken that he truly is. And he just kept saying, I wish we would have taken care of arrangements ahead of time. We have talked about it, but we kept putting it off. We'll do it later. And he said, look what procrastination has done. He says, I wish that we would have taken care of setting up something years ago. And as we were talking, and he was sharing his story with me that him and his wife had talked about doing this years ago, I just simply asked him if at some point he would like for me to help him set up his arrangements. That is what I do here at the funeral home. I could help him set something up so his children do not have to worry about making these same choices he is having to be forced to make today, because his wife had passed away unexpectedly. He looked up at me. He says, absolutely, I want you to help me set them up. And I said, well, whenever you're ready, let me know. He says, we're going to do it today. He says, I'm not putting it off anymore. He says, losing my wife is the most painful thing I'm ever going to go through, and I'm not going to do that to my children. And he says, I wish everybody would take this advice that you're helping people with, Brandon. He goes, it is one of the best things we could do. He says, I wish I would not have waited so long to make these preparations. He says, I'm thankful for this, that it was my wife that had passed before me, so I'm not having to have her here talking to you, because I don't want to put her through that pain and put her through that burden. Guys, setting up pre-arrangements is so beneficial. It's something that I help families do every day. It's something that I help educate families know that you can do this ahead of time. And if you do know that you can take care of these arrangements ahead of time, my question is, why wait? Why put it off? Why wait until tomorrow? Why wait until next week? Why wait until next year? Why wait until next month? Don't be like so many families that I meet and help and say, we've put it off. We're eventually going to do it, but we never did. If you thought about doing it, that's the first step. Then get in contact with me. Allow me to help you. I can go over all the different options that are available, and I will ensure that your wishes are taken out so you can spare your spouse, your children, your family from having to meet with me on the worst day of their life. And it's when you are no longer here. And I can look at them and say, hey, Mom and Dad took care of this for you, so you don't have to. Your spouse came in and took care of this for you, so you don't have to worry about what they wanted. It is such a relief, and it lifts such a heavy burden off the shoulders of the families that I meet with and help, when I can tell them, hey, a pre-plan was done. You don't have to worry about anything. It's paid for. It's all taken care of. There is no expense left behind for you. There are so many advantages of doing it. And I would love to help everyone that I can. That is why we are creating this webpage. That's why we are getting word out to how we can help families. Because it breaks my heart to meet with a family that says, we don't have anything lined up. We have no idea what we want. We would like to give them a $50,000 funeral, but we can't afford it. What are your options? What can we do? Here's our budget. Guys, that takes debt out of the equation by setting it up ahead of time, because you can make low monthly payments, and then once your policy is paid for, that's it. You don't pay another dime. Your family doesn't have to come up with any money. No, it's not an easy conversation to have, but it's one of the best things that you can have. It's coming and meeting with me. We can meet in person, we can meet over the phone. It doesn't matter. If you're interested in more information, please reach out to me, and I'm happy to help you. You can reach me on my cell phone. It's 931-266-7077, or you can reach me via email. It's heritage.brandoncochran@gmail.com. Reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to help you set something up so your family doesn't have to worry about it. Thank you, and God bless.